Guys, I'm Dave from Dave Chats Games, and for all my gaming chat, the best around, I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hi, Dave here, One Up Gaming. Gonna go through this week's podcast, episode 411. So we are getting through a lot of these podcasts. They are adding up. It's been years I've been doing this now, and it takes its toll. Recording, editing, putting it all together, downloading all the clips, making sure I've actually got the microphone turned on. I've done that a couple of times. That's annoying. But anyway, One Up Gaming, episode 411. We also have our first 100 podcasts available to buy exclusively from audiobooksontape.com. Just go there and search One Up Gaming, and if you buy that, then £1 of each sale will go to the it won't go to the Diabetes UK charity. Too many things written down that I don't read. Yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. So today on the podcast, we're going to go through 7 games that I've played this week. And we are also going to talk about a TV series which I used to absolutely love. And the last couple of years I've kind of missed on it. And then I thought, do you know what, I'll get back and see where I've got to. So I watched season 10 and season 11 of American Horror Story. So I'll talk about that in the 10 minutes of nothing. Other than that, please follow us, subscribe to us. We have free games to give away. So just subscribe to us and leave a comment on the YouTube channel. Either just put we can't guarantee what we have or when we have them. But if we have stuff, just leave a comment saying PS5, Xbox, or Steam, or PC, and also Switch. And we'll get into and we'll see if we can get any codes that we can give away to you guys. So that's all you need to do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and just leave a comment. So we'll have a quick 2-second break and we'll be back with the games played this week. So back in a few secs.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
And it's still David, still One Up Gaming, still 411 of the episode of the podcast of this week. Anyway, so this week we're going to talk about the 7 games. We've got a PC game, an Xbox game, a Switch game, Xbox game, PC game, Xbox game, and Xbox game. So we've got a varied list of games this week. So as always, buy or stream the Games Inspired Music album. It's quite cheap, it's only about £5 or £6, something like that. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. So that'd be cool if you could help them out. We also have our first 100 podcasts available at audiobooksontape.com. Search One Up Gaming, and if you find us, buy that, and £1 of each will go to the Diabetes UK charity. We have got our first 3 books available. So these books are the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection, and the unofficial PlayStation collection. Now these books have about between 250 and 290 pages, full colour pictures. Each game has got about 150 words about the game, just a little bit about them. We also go into some colour variation, different models, controllers, different add-ons and accessories, and we have bits of information about all of them, so that's pretty cool. So just go onto Amazon and search for them. So let's get into the games played this week. So first of all, we have Vampire Therapist. Now, this game I got sent to review, so there will be a review up soon. I had a quick go at it, and this is just a quick synopsis. You start off as a vampire that's been around for like 200 years, and you start to feel as though you don't need to kill people, and you become friends with people. Your friends died long ago because you've been living for that long, but you still yearn for like friendship and stuff, and you decide to meet another vampire who also thinks your thinking is quite nice, and he basically sort of says you have to go into therapy to look after other people and talk to people, and it's just a static sort of screen game, you talking to people, have different conversations, have different options, and that type of thing. I really enjoyed. I like this sort of game where there's no real pressure, there's no real sort of push to get things going. It's just listening to the voiceover guys talking away, listening to the stuff, clicking your story and keeping it going. And I found it quite interesting, quite nice to watch. Very simple 2D artwork, but it conveyed the story, it conveyed everything going, and it was a good little game, and I really enjoyed Vampire Therapist. So the next game is Landnama, and this one I played on the Xbox Series X. It's a very simple hexagonal based, grid based city, not builder, but that type of thing where you get onto a grid, you select what you want to build on that grid, or you expand and do bits and bobs. Now, I'm an idiot, and I felt this game looked a little bit rough. It was very, to me, it was very 2D, high resolution images that looked like a mobile sort of game. There was so much reading and learning the basics and the actual core concept of the game before it actually got going into the actual game, and I personally just don't have the actual time to give for this type of game anymore. The most skill-based sort of like learning that I do is the original SimCity, even SimCity 2000, where they actually made you put the underwater works, like the water pipes in. That was too much for me. I just wanted to put the houses down in the power grid, and that was it. So this sort of game, it was just too rich for me, but I know a lot of people love the high detail, high concept of these sort of games, and the more in-depth and in the weeds you can get into, the more you actually get out of the game. So if that's you, give Landnama a go, and it could be quite cool. So moving on to the next game, and that is Mario Golf Super Rush. I had a quick go on the Switch, and it looked nice, it played really nice. I really enjoyed these sort of games from Nintendo because they are quite simplified. You know, it's really quite easy to pick up and go, and I felt the game was just a nice game. It was a good golf game, fast paced, good graphics, easy to get into, and as always hard to master. But Mario Golf Super Rush was really fun and I really enjoyed it. Might give the online go, then again I might not because I don't have the Nintendo Online Pass. So yeah, I probably won't give it a go. I'm sure when I was playing on it you could do that, the online speed rush sort of mode with computer people. So I might give that a go because I just played like the normal sort of like golf game. So yeah, I'd recommend Mario Golf on the Switch. It's really a good little game. Next up, now I'm going to get the name wrong. It's Plastomorphosis, I think. And this is a very simple looking game. It's been made to look like an old PS1, really low resolution, really blurry and jagged, lacking detail, sort of Resident Evil style game with static backgrounds and a 3D character that rotates and moves around. I tried it with the tank controls. I might give it another go with the modern sort of controls, I'd guess. Whenever you're moving the 3D stick, you move in that direction. It played well enough. It was bloody hard to work out what I was doing and where I was going. It is very, very dark in this game, and I found it very tricky to see what was happening and where I was going. But other than that, it played well, it looked nice. I didn't like when there was text on the screen going through the story. It had that old VHS tracking filter sort of on it. So to me that made it a bit too difficult to read some of the text and some of the words. But some people might think I'm just being an idiot. What are you going to do? So yeah, good little game. I enjoyed what I played of it. Next up, Super Retro GP. I had a quick go at the demo. And this looked and played very much like the Virtua Racing, sort of like the old arcade. 91, 92, was it 93? I can't remember now. Sega Rally was 94. Daytona, I guess, was like 93. Or Sega Rally 95. And Daytona was 94. So it could have been like 93, 92. I might be way off, I don't know. But anyway, this is a new game that's out. I played it for Steam. And it looked amazing. It played really well. I wasn't a massive fan of the loose handling. Very understeery with the controls. But it looked amazing. It played really well. And I am looking forward to seeing further updates of this game. And I hope it does well. I just know that a lot of these games don't get the hype or the attention and just die. But what are you going to do? So next up, on the Xbox, we played Valorant, which I'd never played before ever. So I had to set up like a Valorant account on the Riot store, or Riot account, whatever it was called, before it would let me on the game, which was annoying. But at least I could just set it straight up on the game, and it was quick and easy. A lot of these other ones, like the EA, like if you want to get onto, what was the big transformery robot thing that was the single multiplayer focused one, whatever. I tried to play it on the PlayStation and it just kept kicking me out because it's saying that I couldn't sign in onto my EA account on the PlayStation, but I could play it on the Xbox, which is weird. Anyway, Valorant, it looked really nice, good cartoony, vibrant colours, really looked good, smooth, really nice. I think it's one of those hero shooters where you get loads of different characters and stuff to play as. I like simplicity. That's why I used to love the old Halo sort of like 3 multiplayer game. It was just a simple shooter, you know, shoot, change your weapon and grenades, and that was about it, and a melee sort of punch. This one you got like magic and spells and homing mines or whatever the hell it was called, with your normal shooty guns and stuff. But I would say if I was to give it a proper go, it'd be a really good game, and I can see why a lot of people really enjoyed this. So yeah, Valorant, yeah, it's a good game. The hype's there. It's a good game. I really enjoyed that game. So the last game that we played this week was another little demo on the Xbox called Eden Genesis. And this one was a 2D action platform sort of game where you start off as you're being cybernetically enhanced or something, I think. And your brain is got an infection and it's turned into mush. So you have to go into this virtual world, and the more you go in this game, it helps heal your mind. So I guess if you complete the game, you save your mind. But it's just a 2D side-scrolling action platformer where you can do like dashes, jumps, and combat. And it looks nice and plays nice, and I really enjoyed it. It's a good game. I think the game itself will be amazing when it comes out. So Eden Genesis, good little game. I really enjoyed that. And that, my friends, is the 7 games we've played this week for the One Up Gaming Podcast, episode 411. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, bell the icon, like, share, all that good stuff. Leave comments, please. Let us know what games you like. Let me know why I think my opinion's wrong. I love people who think they know my opinion better than me. But yeah, so we'll have a quick break and we're back with the 10 minutes of nothing. So back in a couple of seconds.
Hi, I'm Lucy James and I listen to the One Up Gaming Podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming Podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
So, One Up Gaming, episode 411 of the podcast. I guess if I just say the One Up Gaming Podcast 411, that might be easier. Going to do the 10 minutes of nothing now. And basically, if you don't know what the 10 minutes of nothing is, then that is just us get given a topic to talk about, and then we talk about that for 10 minutes, and then the timer ends. Just so it keeps the show a little bit on the shorter side, and then we don't do like a 3-hour sort of episode. As always, sponsored by Games Inspired Music. 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have our first 100 podcasts available exclusively at audiobooksontape.com, with £1 of each sale going to the Diabetes UK charity. We have 3 books available, and they are just the unofficial Sega Saturn collection, the unofficial PlayStation collection, and the unofficial Nintendo 64 collection. They're all on Amazon. Buy them. They're amazing in my opinion. Nice full colour art books. Talk about all the 100 odd games each book, with all the accessories like controllers and bits and bobs, different colourways, different styles and models and things like that. They vary from 250 something pages to 290 something pages. So yeah, give them a go. Let us know what you think, and please be kind. We have feelings. So, 10 minutes of nothing. For this episode, we're going to talk about the American Horror Story. So if I just start the timer now. So American Horror Story, I used to love it so much. I loved the one in the camp. So it 1984. And I loved the Asylum one, and there's a couple of other. I think I liked the Apocalypse one quite well. Just took a few episodes to get into, but yeah, they were all really good seasons. The first season's still good. I've recently watched season 10 and season 11, so I'll just have a quick recap over them. Season 10 is actually subtitled Double Feature, and that's just because the first sort of story is 6 episodes, and then the second completely different story is 4 episodes to make 10 episodes for the season. So the first 6 episodes, it starts off quite slow. It's about what looks like vampires, and it basically people who have a gift, either musically or singing, dancing, playing music, art, anything like that where you've got a gift. You can take a pill, and that pill makes you the best in the world at that thing. And the only downside is every couple of days you have to drink people's blood. So you are basically like a vampire, eating people. A lot of the main characters tend to go after the drug people and the homeless, so they don't get too many people going after them. And yeah, if you take the drug and you only think you're talented, but you're not as talented as what you actually think you are, then it doesn't work on you, and it actually makes you go like crazy and violent, and then after a while you just stand there with looking very pale and bald, and you just are violent and try and kill people. So the main story is a family moves up for the holidays, for the winter holidays I think it is, because the main star guy is actually like a writer, so he's got like a script to finish off, and he's having writer's block, and he meets up the other characters, and he gets offered the pills, and he was like, no, I'm not taking the pills, blah blah blah, all this, that, the other. Doesn't ask about real side effects, doesn't ask about other bits and bobs, doesn't do this, doesn't do that, just gets given the pills. They get like attacked in the house, so they're basically ready to leave and go back to the city where it's a bit safer. And the guy takes one of the pills, and then all of a sudden he gets the flash of genius, and he just runs back out from the car back into the house on the computer and just starts typing away, proper typing, and yeah, and then that's when he finds out that he has to, because he goes to the he goes to the supermarket and buys raw meat, and he blends the raw meat and starts drinking it. And then the other guys who have been taking the pills for a while tell him that he has to drink fresh blood from humans. And so he goes out with them. He's got a daughter who's practicing the violin, who's about 8 or 10. The main guy is keeping it quite together, not crazy, but still quite powerful in his attitude to what he's doing. And then his daughter sneaks a pill and takes it, and she becomes amazing at the violin, absolutely amazing. But because she's only like a little girl and not quite as well developed as like the dad, she basically, like, if someone looks at her wrong, she just kills them and then eats them. The mum goes into hospital to have the baby because she was pregnant. She comes back out, and the little daughter nicks the baby when the mum's asleep, and then she finds the daughter like sucking on his foot, like bit into him and sucking on the fresh blood. And the daughter eventually gets the mum to take a tablet because she's like a home designer, renovator sort of thing, and she goes crazy because she's not very good, and then she loses her hair and starts attacking people. The move end up going back to the city, start giving the pills to other people, and then the city's going to shit because a lot of people are not as talented as what they think. Really good show, I really enjoyed it. And then it also had the last 4 episodes was completely different, and it was about aliens and black and white, Reagan and all that good stuff. And it was a really nice little show, and it ended with the aliens basically using us as breeding farms sort of thing. So yeah, that was a good little season. I really enjoyed it. And then season 11, which I just watched, I think there was only... Oh no, there was 10 episodes. I do apologise, yeah. And it starts off... It's called... blah, blah, blah. The subtitle is NYC. So it's American Horror Story NYC. And it starts off following 2 gay guys. One's a police officer, one's a news reporter, and they find that there's a lot of... It's set in like 1981, I think. Year I was born. And it starts off with people getting killed from the gay community. The police officer trying to report these are like linked with the gay... it's like there's a serial killer going after the gay people. but the police don't want to hear about it. They don't care because gay people don't care about the gay people. And then the news reporter, sort of like the journalist, starts reporting on these things, and then the police don't like the fact he's reporting on stuff, making them look bad. And it was weird. Then there was like figments appearing, killing people at random, which he didn't work out what was happening. And I think it was only after about episode 6 where you found out that, yes, there was a serial killer going after killing people who get stopped, but then there's still people getting killed, and you're thinking, what the hell's going on? And then it's slowly, in the next couple of episodes, things start to come into a thing where they're saying there's a virus, it might be sexually transmitted, we don't know what it is, it lowers the red blood cells, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, was this when AIDS... HIV first came about in America, and it was absolutely amazing. The last 4 or 5 episodes were absolutely amazing because it was just trying to go into, and then it went into people's. So the person who was appearing and killing people at random, he was, I'd have a guess, like the AIDS virus to sort of like killing people off. And then the main 2 stars, you see them. The cop is in hospital with his eyes, back of his eyes, retinas have detached, whatever. He's blind, covering the sores of and he basically dies in his lover's arms. And then it goes on, going on other bits and bobs, and then it goes on to the other main guy where he gets iller and iller, then he dies, and then one of the main stars from the beginning, he's seen in the funeral and he's sick as well. And it's just going on about, it's got really somber music, really slow, really poignant sort of like storytelling, really deep, really methodical, and I absolutely adored it. It took like 5 episodes before it got going, but once it got going, it was worth it. It was so good. So hopefully season 12, which I'll be watching this week maybe, hopefully that's as good. Season 12, it seems to have a lot more of the regular stars back into it, but season 11 was up there as a high point for me. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. So I guess, yeah, I recommend these shows. And that, my friends, is the 10-minute timer done. So, what can I say? Go watch the American Horror Story. It is absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. So, yeah, we'll have a quick break and we'll be back after this. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Please, please. Oh, before I go, some of you might notice that I wear a ring on that hand. And I bought a ring from AliExpress. I think it was called the Call Me R02 ring. And it was £3.50. £3.50. And it came with a charging case, a charging cable, a box. And I bought it. And so that's that ring on that hand. So as you can see, it's slightly chunkier than that one. I don't know how much you can really tell, but it does your heart rate, it does your steps, it does your blood oxygen levels, it does your sleep patterns, and because it's a ring, you can basically wear it all the time, and you don't really notice it. The only thing I notice is because it's a little bit chunkier, you notice it when you put your hands together. But other than that, it's absolutely fine. It's really light, so you don't do that. We have an unboxing video on our YouTube channel, so have a look at that for closer details. But so far, I'm really, really impressed. I've really enjoyed what I've seen of it. And for the price, you can't go wrong. The only thing that I wish it had was like an NFC chip built into it, just so I could tap with my finger. But it's got like a 4 or 5 day battery life, pop it on, takes an hour to fully charge. So, yeah, it looks amazing. I'm really quite impressed with it. So, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Back in a couple of seconds.
Hi guys, this is Dean Swain from the Retro Asylum podcast. Congratulations to the One Up Gaming gang. 400 episodes, great number to reach. It's a lot of editing, trust me, I know. I've been podcasting for years. So well done, great number to reach. And here's to the next 400 episodes. Well done, guys.
Hello, this is Peter Poppleton from the internet. I would just like to congratulate you really on reaching this, the 400th episode of the podcast. What the fucking hell is a podcast? If anybody tries to cast my pods like in Plaster of Paris or something like that, I will smack them right in the tit. It's what? It's like a radio. Right, I get it now. I see. It's like a radio show. 400 episodes on chuffing gaming. Chuffing hell. Look, I don't know how you've got there. Quite what you can say about chuffing Space Invaders, Pac-Man and Horace Goes Skiing, I will never know. But either way, it sounds like quite an achievement. So well done. And here's to the next 4. Let's not get, ahead of ourselves. I'm not going to say the next 400 because let's face it, gaming is, well, I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? I'm very old. Happy 400th episode.
So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Please go to our website, which is oneupgaming.co.uk. I'm trying to get more reviews up every so often. Really hard to, with work and everything, try and get time to get in and do stuff. As always, subscribe, like, share. Podcasts, buy them. Books, buy them. Music album, stream it, buy it. All goes to charity, all goes to bits and bobs. But yeah, so it's been David, One Up Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you next week. So, goodbye.